Kira's heart skipped a beat as she hurried toward the police officer, eager to hear the message clearly. But before the recording could continue, someone reached out from behind the officer and immediately pressed the pause button. A cold, stern voice echoed through the room. The case hasn't been solved yet. No evidence should ever be revealed in front of a suspect. Didn't they teach you that at the police academy? The officer awkwardly cleared his throat. I'm sorry, Dr. Sims. I shouldn't have played it. The speaker was a female forensic doctor. Her expression was calm yet serious, carrying the authority of someone devoted to justice. She replied firmly, "Don't let it happen again." Yes, understood. My apologies. Only then did the forensic doctor shift her attention toward Kira. She frowned slightly but said nothing. Pulling on a pair of gloves, she picked up her forensic kit and walked toward the body. Kira paused in surprise. She hadn't expected to see Holly Sims. Holly had been her closest female friend back in middle school. Coming from a family of forensic doctors, Holly had always known exactly what she wanted. Even as a child, she proudly declared that she was born to protect justice. What once sounded like childish ambition eventually became her life's mission. During high school, she enrolled in a vocational program related to forensic science, and despite her young age, she had already earned a respected reputation as a forensic doctor. Kira lowered her eyes. Unfortunately, Holly had misunderstood her years ago, and judging by her attitude today, those old feelings clearly hadn't disappeared. Kira let out a quiet sigh. A few minutes later, after completing the examination, Dr. Sims stood and delivered her findings. The victim died instantly from a penetrating wound. There are also signs of blunt, force impact to the chest. She checked the time before continuing. The estimated time of death was approximately 30 to 35 minutes ago. One of the officers immediately responded. We received the emergency call exactly 30 minutes ago. That means the victim died around the same time as. Olson entered the room. He turned toward Kira. Based on the current evidence, Ms. Olson, you remain our primary suspect. As for the voice you mentioned hearing earlier, it's possible the victim's fall drowned out any screams, preventing you from noticing them. We also have a witness confirming that the victim spoke before you entered. He paused before adding, at this point, you'll need to accompany us to the police station for further investigation. Kira glanced briefly at Holly, but made no attempt to resist. All right. Seeing her cooperate, the officer stepped forward to escort her downstairs. Just then, Holly spoke coldly. Shouldn't a murder suspect be handcuffed? Aren't you familiar with basic police procedures? The officer looked embarrassed. Olson has been completely cooperative. Even if she's responsible, the case would likely fall under excessive self-defense. It doesn't appear intentional, and she isn't considered violent. Although he quietly explained, he didn't argue further. It was obvious that Dr. Sims disliked Kira. Clearing his throat, he turned apologetically toward her. At that moment, Lewis stepped forward, ready to object. But Kira subtly shook her head. Without complaint, she extended both hands. The cold metal handcuffs clicked into place. Only then did the officers escort her downstairs. Lewis followed closely behind. I'll hire a lawyer immediately. Until your attorney arrives, don't answer any questions. Kira nodded. Just tell Grandma I'm away for a few days. I understand, Lewis replied. Once outside, Kira entered the police vehicle. A moment later, she sensed someone sitting beside her. Turning her head, she realized it wasn't the same officer. It was Holly. As the car began moving, Kira calmly asked while staring ahead. How have you been all these years? Holly met her gaze with cold, unreadable eyes. I've been doing just fine. Sorry if that disappoints you. Kira hesitated before speaking. Back then Enough. Holly interrupted sharply. You're a liar. I don't believe anything you say. Kira fell silent. A moment later, Holly asked, the man from earlier, is he your boyfriend? Not wanting to lie, Kira answered honestly. Legally, he's my husband. Holly's expression changed instantly. You're married. Kira spoke slowly. It's complicated between us. Before she could explain further, Holly turned away. You made the right choice. Even if you'd invited me to the wedding, I wouldn't have gone. Kira finally understood. Holly believed she had gotten married without even telling her. She smiled bitterly and gently shook her head. Just as she was about to explain, Holly asked another question. So, is he the boy you wanted to marry years ago? Kira remained quiet for a moment before softly replying, no. Holly let out a sarcastic laugh. You really do replace people easily. If you could abandon the boy you once loved, why would you care about your old friends? Kira tried once more. Actually, what happened back then? I said stop talking. Holly's anger flared again. Don't think bringing up our past friendship will make me help you. I've already seen your true colors. You're nothing but a fraud. Kira didn't argue anymore. After a brief silence, Holly looked at her again. You should stop worrying about everything else and start thinking about your case. Every piece of evidence points toward you. The forensic findings do too. I won't hide or alter anything for your sake. She narrowed her eyes. Are you seriously not worried? A small smile appeared on Kira's face. Because you're handling this case, I believe my innocence will be proven. Holly looked slightly surprised. Kira continued calmly. You once told me you wanted to protect justice. You'd never allow an innocent person to be punished, and you'd never let a criminal walk free. For a brief moment, Holly stood speechless. She couldn't tell whether Kira's unwavering trust had surprised her, or whether hearing those old dreams reminded her of the person she once was. Her ears turned slightly red. Trying to hide it, she muttered, Don't try to flatter me. I still don't trust a single word you say. Then she added firmly, Kira, if you're guilty, I'll make sure justice is served. Before long, they arrived at the police station. As the prime murder suspect, Kira was placed in temporary detention. Holly personally escorted her to a single holding cell. Standing outside the bars, she looked directly at Kira. Are you absolutely certain you didn't kill him? Yes. Holly frowned. Then how do you explain his voice? Kira thought for a moment. Could it have been a recording saved on his phone? His phone was recovered, wasn't it? Could you check? Holly gave a quiet scoff. The phone is secured here at the station. It's key evidence. It isn't going anywhere. After saying that, she stared at Kira for a long moment. You keep mentioning that phone. A faint pause followed. Don't you want to know what message he left for you? Kira's eyes immediately brightened. Will you tell me? Holly remained calm, silently deciding how much she should reveal. Inside the cell, Kira tried to remain composed as well. Knowing her future, and perhaps even her freedom, depended on what Holly was about to say next.